Hello and welcome to Weetzer's Woodshop. My name's Ted. We're going to make some things. Haven't been making videos in a while, and hopefully you can hear me. I got a new camera, so we're trying this out. So this is what I've been doing probably the last month, maybe month and a week, about like that. Chainsaw carving. So I've been posting a lot on Facebook and Instagram, doing stuff like that, but I really found a passion for something that I didn't even know I'd ever be good at, so I just jumped into it. This was my very first project, just a pileated woodpecker. We have them on the property, so I thought I'd try it, and it came out pretty cool. So we're gonna go through the progress of how I started and then what I've been doing. So like I said, this was my first project. Just a regular chainsaw, no modified blades or chains, no modified bars, no anything, just straight up chainsaw. Was gonna do a bear, decided totally against it. Went after it. Now the funny thing about it is once it was done and put up, I had it over there by the staging area, and the woodpeckers destroyed it. There is a woodpecker on the woodpecker carving. That's awesome. So, and then I brought it over here, glued it up with sawdust, and they went after it again, so I'm leaving it alone. So we'll see what happens later. So like I said, this is the first project. I'll show you the progression, and then I had some other projects that I've just recently completed, and I'm doing another one that is going to take about 4 different sections of the project, or different things to make. So like I said, this is the first one. I like it. I'm going to keep it the way it is. I thought about modifying it, and I'm at a different stage now. But I like it. I want to see, and I want to be able to show my progress. So this is project number 1, and let's take a look at the second one. All right. So project number 2, my smoking gnome. So the cool thing about this was, I had a branch that was sticking out of here, so I just used it as a prop for a cigar or whatever. So it's one piece, but again, basic chainsaw. I think I was using a small MS-180, little Stihl MS-180, standard size chain, standard size bar. Then I went in here and sanded everything, and then shaped this, and just went with it, and with a regular palm sander, and then burned it, and then stained. The white you see is stain, so, and then a little bit of stain, and obviously stain on the hat. And then once you burn it, and it gives it all that character and depth, and it just seems kind of natural. Hey Stella. So this is project number 2, and started getting better. So now take in mind, these are only about a week apart, so, and then I could probably verify that by the posts I had on my social media pages. So, but I like it. So this sits out here around my fire pit, just like the woodpecker, and it just stays. It keeps me company, I guess. So my smoking gnome. That's project number 2. Okay. Project number 3, my wood spirit. So this was kind of a half and half. This was started out with my regular chainsaw, and then I had purchased an electric Stihl, battery operated, 36 volt. I think the model is an MSA 120, something like that, model 120. And then it had more of a dime tip, what they call a carving head on it, or carving bar, so, and a real small 1/4-inch chain. So the detail on this was much easier. And before you go crazy, this is a dead tree. I cannot believe people were asking me if this I cannot believe they asked me if I carved that on a live tree. Unbelievable. So, no, and you can tell this side of it's so soft and dead that it didn't get as defined as this side, because this side's still pretty hard. But this worked out pretty good. Was able to get more detail and then finish it up and finish it off with hair and a beard and more detail in the mustache and the chin and the lips and the eyes and the nose. So, but I really like it because it's rustic, it's rough. That's chainsaw art, you know, it's just kind of the way it should go. But you can tell the progress when you have the better tools, or the proper tools to work with. So the right tool for the right job, right? That simple. So this was project number 3, and I really enjoy this because if I had some more dead trees around here, I'd probably start making some more. There's some smaller stumps and stuff. I might be able to do that eventually once this fence is done and topped off. And I'm going to have some gates built so you can walk through and you'll be able to see all this stuff, all this art hanging around. And I'll have some benches you can sit at and stuff, so we'll see. Okay, off to project number 4. All right, project number 4. So, oh, hey, Stella. So I did this for our anniversary. This was a present for my wife, the Orca tail, and this was a lot of fun. It's getting, the bigger the scale, of course, the more difficult, but not as much detail, but I was able to add detail of the spline and some of the curvature, and then I left it, you know, rustic, like you would with any chainsaw art. This tail is still removable, but once it's burnt and then once it's stained white, then I go over it with a coating of like a decking, waterproof decking, and it keeps it outside. So then we mounted this one, which is the first of some more I'm going to do. And then so when you come into my driveway, this is what you see. And then after this one, let's go to project number 5. Good girl. Okay, so this bad boy, this one was a lot of fun. So while I'm explaining this to you, I'll show you a couple of videos and some other pictures that I did take in this progress. But again, 2 more pieces. Stella, get out of there. She's trying to get the camera. What are you doing? That's not for you. Did the dorsal fin and then just cut a mortise inside. This was hand planed with a hand planer, and this was smoothed out. Bought a couple more chainsaws with a couple of different bars to help carve and get the accuracy, and then bought a carving head for my grinder, and then a die grinder with some more heads on it, other type of wood carving stuff. So then was getting better. This isn't even stained yet. It's been waterproofed, but this was just burnt and then covered. So this has been out here for, I don't know, a couple weeks now, and it's been raining like crazy. So it's just staying really preserved. So I had these core samples from concrete, put them there, and then just covered it with marble and just kind of made it look like water. Did what I could. May change that later, I'm not sure. So. But this came out really, really good. Now, there's going to be a couple more. So the next one that I do of this, or the next 2, they're going to be completely filmed from start to finish. So that video, you'll see that pretty soon. As soon as this weather, like I said, clears up, because I'm working outside, so we'll knock that out. Huh, good girl. So, number 5. Huh? What? Get out. Good dog, good dog. All right. So, project number 6, my great horned owl. So this guy, now you can tell I'm using the proper tooling. The detail got so much better, and this was fully electric, 100% electric chainsaw. So. And then the rest was the eyes and stuff was with a die grinder, and then those bits and a little bit of carving on his claws, and a little more finished. But the rest of this, the tip and then the feathers and the wings in the back, the feathers on the top, this was all electric chainsaw, but it had the proper carving tip on it. And then I got a little, that's a lie, I actually cut this out with the MS-170 with the dime tip, carving tip on it, and then finished this with the electric and then all the details. So man, look at this wind pickup. So you can tell the progress. So things are getting better, things are and then it was burnt, and then, you know, some more white stain just to give it a little more character and make the feathers look like they're supposed to. Is it perfect? Is it a good sculpture? No, it's chainsaw art, and I love it. It looks like a great horned owl. I'm pleased with it, so we'll keep it the way it is. I don't name my stuff, so I guess I'm just not one of those people. So it's just an owl. So I'm going to stay right here and go get project number 7, and we'll finish that up, and then we'll go over the next project, number 8. That's what I'm going to finish, 8 and 9, and I'll be right back. Yes. This is my favorite so far, and this is, I guess, a turning point in my hobby, where accuracy and a little more detail. And so, a sea turtle. I was fortunate enough to swim with sea turtles in Hawaii, so I always thought they were kind of cool. This one's obviously pretty small compared to some you can swim next to, but just an amazing creature. So, but not as difficult to carve as I thought it would be. And then you know, just paying attention to detail and scale and size and dimensions. So we'll see what happens. So this piece of driftwood I've had for many years. I think I got this in 2001. I don't even know why I got it. It just was appealing to me, so I ended up covering it with about 13 different coats of polyurethane, and now it's hard as a rock, and it's just been preserved. This thing's been at work with me. It's had a fiberglass fish, rainbow trout mounted to it. It's had fishing lures mounted to it. So finally it just found its destination. That's how those things work. So this turtle, let me get a piece of that it existed. This turtle started out like this. So this piece of log that I had that's pretty well dried and kind of waterlogged now, but it's been sitting outside. But I like the shape, so I ended up doing this, cutting it really thick. And then once it was shaped out from the top, I cut it in half. So I made 2 turtles. And here you go. This is the rough cut. So this is how it starts. And this was the top. And then I just cut it in half on this side. So it was, you know, double thick. And then, so now I can finish and make this turtle also. And then after this was cut to shape even better, or with more detail with the saw, by the way, the 1/4-inch saw chain, then I went up here and just drew in the shell and then followed it with a Dremel tool. And then after it was burnt, of course, and then that whitened up that, and then the same on the fins and the head, and then the detail on the neck and the eyes, the mouth, and then you just burn it. You get a torch out, you burn it, and every one is different. And then I cleaned it up again here, so that stayed white, and there we went. So this has just been a great hobby, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I'm using all sorts of different wood. I think this is spalted alder, so it's pretty light. It's not real dense, but you know, it's solid, and it's pretty well seasoned. I've had it for a couple years. So there it is. And what to come next, I don't know. People can suggest things, and I've had anything from Arkansas Razorback to hey, can you do I guess cardinals or ducks or you name it. all of it sounds good to me. I'd love to do some blue herons. They're pretty popular around here. Maybe some sandhill cranes, stuff like that. And then just get into the detail, get more and more detailed. But I want to keep it chainsaw art. It's not going to be these perfect sculptures, and it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be this high-end Leonardo da Vinci stuff. It's just going to be rustic chainsaw art, and it gives the person it keeps the mystery going, I guess, and people can imagine and respect what it is. So, all right, well, thanks for watching. Like I said, I got some more projects coming up, and those next two will be 100% filmed from start to finish. I already started the video, so keep an eye on that. And this is my excuse for not posting a video for a while. I ended up putting just today I finished a dog bowl video that I made, and hopefully people like that. But that also was made up with some cedar that I had cut with a chainsaw, but ended up finishing it in the shop with some power tools and stuff. So, but keep looking out for chainsaw art. I love it. It's a new hobby of mine that I think I'm really going to continue for a while, and mainly just to decorate my land, just to make some pleasing areas, and to where we can just sit and have a cup of tea or scotch and just enjoy life. All right, thanks for watching.